kind of concept in this technique. Okay. So you can, it's the right way? No, it's this way. This is what I would call abstract or contemporary. It's just forms, colors, and movement. Very, very basic. And this is basically the toning technique. This is what beginners go through. But this toning technique, as you say, is done now at a master's level. Because toning is a matter of practice. Practice makes perfect. Just in the toning technique alone. You can just push it as far as you want to push it. But from this, if you don't master this technique, then it will be very hard for you to, for example, do anything close to this. See, this is toning, but this is where we do portraits. So again, toning is very crucial in the modern batik technique because it sets how you actually blend dyes with wax on fabric. It's very, very important. That's why I always teach it in the beginner's level, because if they don't do this, they find it very hard to move up the scale. I can give you more example of toning. Mm-hmm. For example, again, in pieces like this, another toning technique, but portraits. Now that's what I was saying, that if I don't tell somebody that this is a modern batik, they think they're paintings because of the detail. Again, here's toning, just a simple mask. This is basic toning in the beginner's class, and you must master this. It's very simple, yet it's very simple and easy to learn, but it's practice. People who can paint usually run into it much faster. Sometimes they have a problem to move from the actual painting to applying, because in waxing we apply, we don't paint with wax. So there is that time where they have to adapt from one medium to the other one. But again, another example of toning, portraits. There are a number of things you could do. This is a reverse technique within modern batiking. So there are different techniques. There are like 5 techniques in modern batiking: toning, fragmentation, reverse technique, and there is where you can actually do the traditional batik in the way I do it, from light to dark. So you start with light colors and you end up with dark colors. So there are different components within the technique itself. It depends where do you want to go, and when you learn most of them, how do you blend them together to come up with what you want? That's why it's continuously evolving. You know, I mean, you could do a lot of this stuff. Any composite, this is the fragmentation now technique. You can see the fragmentation technique, but this is just another component of fragmentation. Fragmentation comes also in so many different levels. Toning, different colors, you can go blues, you can go brown, any color. Everything is possible in modern batiking. This is the reverse technique. This is where I use complementary colors to arrive to different colors. Because with dyes, they're very, it's kind of a more watery, it's very fluid. It's not like acrylic or oil. So you can actually use it as a reverse technique where you blend into, reverse the colors, and then you end up in other colors. But you must know the colors you're mixing, otherwise you destroy your piece. Because it's, if you put blue and yellow, blue, or whatever, you may end up in another color or totally destroy it. Again, I have quite a number of pieces with portraits, but there are other pieces that I've done like landscaping. There are a number of pieces are like wildlife. So it's a totally different way that you can actually apply the technique. As you've seen in here, There's some, they move also into fashion, which is pattern design. So that's why I get a lot of fashion designers, people in the quilting industry, because they don't want to draw, they want to do designs and patterns. So then this works for them very well. Or they should just go very simple with something like this too. A free motion with just hand patterns. Now this is very, very simple. This is what's done in Asia, where you just, use wax and start from light colors to dark colors. So there's a lot of things you can invent in the Modern Batik component. You can go to the traditional part if you want and right into Modern Batik. So it crosses over.